So we are going through exercise 13b, question 2a. So let's give this one a go. So we're being asked to simplify the following. So let me begin by changing it so I'm not writing it with the radical sign. So another way I could write this is a squared b, but instead of writing the cube root like that, I'm going to write it like this. So I'm going to put this in brackets and write 1 over 3. Then I'm going to divide it by, and instead of writing this square root in that way, I'm going to write it like this. Then I'm going to come down and I'm going to now use my fourth law, which tells me that if I get rid of the brackets here, I'm going to have to distribute out this this exponent of 1/3 to both of these. So it's going to be a 2, 3, b 1/3. Then I'm going to divide, and the same rule applies over here. So I'm going to get b 3 over 2. Perfect. The next thing that I'm going to do, and let me put equal signs, actually no, let me just leave it like that. The next thing that I'm going to use is use my second law, which tells me that if I'm dividing by the same base, I can subtract my indices from each other. So that means what I'll be able to do is subtract the 2/3 from the 1/2 there, and the 1/3 from the 3 seconds, 3 on 2 there. Okay, so let's do that now. So I'm going to get a 2 over 3, 1 minus 1/2, and then b 1 over 3 subtract 3 over 2. Perfect. Now I'm going to need common denominators in order to do this. So my common denominator is going to have to be 6, which means I'm going to times this fraction by 2. So I'm going to get 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, minus this one I'm going to times by 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and 2 times 3 is 6. Then I'm going to come over here and I look at this. My common denominator again is going to have to be 6. I'm going to times this one by 2. 1 by 2 is 2. 3 by 2 is 6. Subtract that from this one I'm going to have to times by 3. 3 by 3 is 9. And 3 by 2 is 6. Now what I'm going to do, and this will be my last step, is simply perform this subtraction. 4 over 6 minus 3 over 6 is 1 over 6. And over here, 2 over 6 subtract 9 over 6 is going to be negative 7 over 6. Negative 7 over 6. Now, I could write that one in the denominator and get rid of that negative indice, but you know what? I'm just going to leave it like that. So that is my final answer. I'm going to put a red box around it. Hopefully you're able to get that, and hopefully that makes sense.